The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once. Part 1, Listening to Problem Solving.
Instructions. You will hear a single conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. You will have to choose the best answer to each question. Total time for this task is around 5 minutes. You will get total 8 questions for this task.
Excuse me, I need to speak with someone about my recent car rental. I just returned the vehicle and I was charged an extra $150 for damage that I don't believe I caused.
I'm sorry to hear that, ma'am. Let me pull up your rental record. Can I have your name and the rental agreement number?
Sure, it's Emily Carter, and the agreement number is 764829. I picked up the car 3 days ago, Monday morning.
Got it. I see here that you rented a Toyota Corolla. The notes from our return inspection show scratches on the rear bumper.
Yes, but those scratches were already there when I picked up the car. I even mentioned it to the guy who gave me the keys.
Unfortunately, I don't see any documentation or photos of pre-existing damage in your file. Did you happen to take any photos before driving off?
No, I trusted that your staff had done the inspection properly. I didn't expect this kind of issue at all.
I understand your frustration, and we definitely want to resolve this fairly. Let's take a closer look at the details together.
What does Emily's reaction imply about her expectations of the rental process? Why is Emily at a disadvantage in this situation? How does James attempt to de-escalate the issue?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
Emily, I've checked our vehicle condition report from your pickup time, and unfortunately, it doesn't list any prior scratches on the rear bumper. That's why the damage fee was applied.
But that's exactly the problem. I pointed it out to the agent. He just nodded and handed me the keys. I assumed he made a note.
I believe you, but without a written record or time-stamped photos, it becomes difficult to prove. We always encourage customers to take pictures for exactly this reason.
I understand that now, but I still feel like I'm being unfairly blamed. Can you check who handled my pickup?
Sure, let me check. Yes, it looks like one of our newest staff members, Alex, did the handover. I'll reach out to him and see if he remembers anything.
That would help. I'm not trying to avoid responsibility. I just don't want to pay for damage I didn't cause.
I appreciate that. Give me a few minutes to speak with Alex. In the meantime, I'll also check the vehicle's previous rental report to see if there's any mention of existing damage before your rental began.
Why was the damage fee applied to Emily's rental? What can be inferred about how James handles the issue? Why does James want to contact Alex?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
Emily, I spoke to Alex and he confirmed that you did mention the scratches. He admits he forgot to document it. Also, the car's previous return report actually does mention similar bumper scratches.
That's a relief to hear. So, what does that mean for the damage charge?
Given the confirmation from Alex and the previous report, we'll go ahead and waive the $150 damage fee. You won't be charged for it.
Thank you, James. I really appreciate you taking the time to investigate properly. I was honestly quite upset.
And I completely understand why. I'm really sorry for the confusion and the inconvenience. We'll also follow up with our staff to make sure pre-existing damage is documented thoroughly in the future.
That sounds good. I'll make sure to take my own photos next time too, just to be safe.
That's always a great idea. Again, thank you for your patience, and I hope we can serve you better on your next rental.
Thanks. Despite the hiccup, I'll consider using your service again.
We'll make sure your next experience is a smoother one.
What does the waived fee suggest about the company policy? Why did Emily thank James?
Part 2, Listening to a Daily Conversation.
Instructions. You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Lily, why do you always hog the bathroom every single morning? I was late again today.
I wasn't hogging it, Jake. I needed to straighten my hair and do my makeup. I've got a presentation today.
Yeah? Well, I had a math test, and I barely had time to brush my teeth. You were in there for like 40 minutes.
That's exaggerating. It was 25. And I asked you last night if you wanted to go first. You said no.
I didn't think you'd turn the bathroom into a spa. Can't we just make a schedule or something?
A schedule? Like what, a sign-up sheet?
Why not? You get 6:30 to 7, and I get 7 to 7:20. That way we both get our time without this daily fight.
That might work, but what if I have an early meeting or school event?
Then tell me the night before and we can switch. Fair?
Okay, fair. But that also means you can't just sit on your phone in bed and then complain you didn't get in the bathroom.
Deal. I'll even set an alarm 5 minutes earlier. Just don't use up all the hot water again.
No promises, but fine, I'll try.
Also, one more thing. Could you not play music so loud? It's hard to concentrate when I'm brushing with Beyoncé blasting in my ears.
Seriously? That's the best part of my morning. But okay, I'll keep it low until you're done.
Thanks. Maybe mornings won't be so stressful now.
Let's hope. Now go. Your cereal's getting soggy.
Ugh, gross. You always ruminate with that word.
Why is Jake most upset with Lily? What does Lily's reaction to the schedule suggest about her personality? What does Jake's deal reveal about his willingness to compromise? What is the main reason Lily accepts the schedule idea? What can be inferred about Jake's personality from his complaint about music?
Part 3, Listening for Information.
Instructions. You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good morning. I'm visiting from Canada and was hoping to explore this museum today. Could you tell me the opening hours, please?
Of course, sir. We're open from 9:30 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Saturday. On Sundays, however, we open a bit later at 11 a.m. and close at the same time, 6 p.m.
Oh, that's good to know. I was planning to come tomorrow, which is Sunday. Are there any special events or closures I should be aware of?
Tomorrow is fine. No special closures this weekend. Just be aware that Sundays tend to be a bit more crowded, especially between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m.
Got it. And how about ticket prices? Are there any discounts for international visitors or seniors?
The standard entry fee is $12 per adult. We offer a student and senior discount, so if you're over 60 or have a valid student's ID, the price is $8. Children under 10 can enter for free.
That's quite reasonable. Do you accept credit cards?
Yes, we accept all major credit and debit cards, as well as mobile payments like Google Pay and Apple Pay.
Excellent. One more thing. how much time should I allow to see the full collection?
Most visitors spend around 2 to 3 hours, depending on their interest, but feel free to take as long as you like. We also have a guided tour at 2 p.m., which is included in the ticket price.
That sounds perfect. I think I'll come right when you open tomorrow to avoid the crowds.
That's a good idea. And don't forget to stop by the gift shop and cafe, both of which are located near the main entrance and open during museum hours.
Will do. Thanks for all the information. See you tomorrow.
You're very welcome. Enjoy your visit.
What can be inferred about the tourist's plans? What does the conversation suggest about Sunday visits? What is implied about the 2 p.m. guided tour? What does the museum staff imply about payment options? How does the staff respond to the tourist price inquiry? What does the tourist seem to value in his visit?
Part 4. Listening to a news item.
Instructions. You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
A fast-moving wildfire is threatening homes near a forested region on the outskirts of Boulder, Colorado. Local authorities have issued mandatory evacuation orders for residents in several neighborhoods, including Pine Ridge, West Valley Estates, and Timberline Hills. The fire, which began late yesterday afternoon, has already scorched over 1,200 acres of land and continues to spread due to dry conditions and high winds. Fire officials report that the blaze is only 10% contained as of this morning. Multiple firefighting crews, along with aerial support units, are battling the flames. Water-dropping helicopters and air tankers are being used to slow the fire's progress, especially along the eastern perimeter, where it is dangerously close to several homes and utility lines. The Boulder County Sheriff's Office is urging residents to follow evacuation orders immediately and to avoid the affected areas to allow emergency personnel to operate safely. Several roads have been closed, including Route 43 and parts of Highway 7. Emergency shelters have been set up at local high schools and community centers for displaced families and pets. Due to the thick smoke, local health officials are advising people in nearby communities to stay indoors, keep windows closed, and use air purifiers if possible. Air quality has dropped to hazardous levels in some parts of the region. At this time, no injuries or fatalities have been reported, but several outbuildings and vehicles have been damaged. Authorities are investigating the cause of the fire, which may be linked to an unattended campfire or lightning strike. Fire crews expect to continue battling the blaze into the weekend, depending on weather conditions. Residents are encouraged to stay updated through local news and emergency alert systems.
Part 5, Listening to a Discussion.
Instructions. You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
Okay, guys, we really need to talk about how we're managing things in the apartment. I feel like some stuff isn't being done fairly, especially cleaning and groceries.
Yeah, I agree. It's been kind of uneven. Like last week, I cleaned the kitchen twice and took the trash out every other day.
I get it. And I didn't mean to slack off. I had a crazy week at work. But I think we need a system instead of just hoping someone takes care of it.
Right. What if we make a weekly chore schedule We could rotate tasks like kitchen, bathroom, trash, and vacuuming.
That sounds reasonable. And maybe we can have a shared calendar on the fridge so we all know who's doing what each week.
I like that idea. And for groceries, can we start tracking what we're all using? I feel like I've been buying essentials like milk, bread, and coffee more often.
Same here. Maybe we could have a shared fund for groceries and cleaning supplies. We each contribute the same amount at the beginning of the month.
Yes. We can set up a group payment app for that, Venmo or something. And we should also note who buys what and subtract that from the shared pool.
Good call. Also, about cooking. Are we okay with making our own meals, or should we do shared dinners sometimes?
I'd love to do shared dinners maybe 2 or 3 nights a week. It could save time and money.
Agreed. And whoever cooks doesn't have to do the dishes that night.
Perfect. So let's write all this down. Chore rotation, shared grocery fund, and optional shared dinners.
I'll type it up and print a copy for the fridge. We can start this Sunday.
Works for me.
Same here. Thanks, guys. This is going to make things so much smoother.
Part 6, Listening for Viewpoints.
Instructions. You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
In recent years, the issue of pet ownership in apartment buildings has sparked debate among landlords, tenants, and animal rights groups. While many people see pets as beloved family members, others raise concerns about damage, noise, and allergies. Each group offers distinct viewpoints on the matter. Landlords often express hesitation about allowing pets in rental units. Michael Green, a property manager, explains, "We've had cases where dogs scratch the flooring or cats damage the furniture. Pet hair and odors can also affect the condition of the apartment, making it harder to rent to the next tenant." He adds that some tenants have complained about barking or allergic reactions to dander. Many landlords argue that no pet policies help protect the property and ensure the comfort of all residents. Tenants, on the other hand, feel differently. Ana Lopez, a dog owner living in a high-rise apartment, argues, "Pets offer emotional support, especially for people living alone or struggling with anxiety. We pay pet deposits and take responsibility for cleaning. It's unfair to be denied housing just because we have an animal companion." Tenants like Anna believe that strict no-pet rules limit their freedom and quality of life. Animal rights advocates support responsible pet ownership in apartments. Sarah Kim, representing a local animal welfare organization, says, "Prohibiting pets can increase the number of animals surrendered to shelters. Instead of blanket bans, buildings should promote responsible policies like requiring vaccinations, pet behavior training, and noise control." Advocates stress that animals deserve safe homes and that tenants shouldn't be forced to choose between housing and their pets. The discussion continues as cities seek to balance tenant rights, landlord concerns, and animal welfare. While some buildings adopt pet-friendly policies with clear guidelines, others maintain restrictions. Finding a middle ground may require cooperation, education, and mutual respect among all parties involved.